through their decision to is the latest attempt the government is putting forward in efforts to bring sanity to the sector after previous ones fell short. Now, KTN's Duncan Heimber takes a look at the land reform journey in the country, focusing on the successes, hits and misses.
Latest quest by the Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning to try and hammer perhaps the final nail that would bring sanity in the emotive, chaotic and highly sensitive land sector in the country is not the alpha and probably not the omega in the country. Both pre and post-independent Kenya, there have been similar moves as explained by Njora Waweru, a land law and conveyancing expert who participated in the drafting of the Lands and Land Registration Acts.
First land registration that was enacted in Kenya was not really enacted, it was imported into Kenya with the ITPA, Indian Transfer of Property Act of 1882. That was the very first one. Subsequently, in 1902, the Crown Lands Ordinance was enacted. That's what allowed the governor or the commissioner of lands to allocate land, which was now, all land in Kenya now became Crown land. Okay? It was repealed in 1915 by the Government Lands Act in 1915. In 1908, all titles in Mombasa, in the Coast Province, the 10-mile coastal strip, the Land Titles Act, Cap 282, was enacted to deal with matters of coastal land issues. That's the 10-mile coastal strip.
It is the 2012 Acts on both land and registration that now provided the harmonization or conversion of all existing land records or transactions into one under digitization.
This is a normal title that all of you people know. And when people come and say, I want the title ile iko na the red seal. Now, that was at a Cap 300. Then you have these titles under RTA. You've seen this big thing, you know? Sorry. There's this big title that you see. Now this one, when you conveyance, you see this document? This is now the title for this person. When he sells this land, we'll do another document like this one. All these are registered under different statutes. All these registers are manual. Manual meaning manual entries are made when you buy the piece of land. That means if at any time that manual entry is lost, you're done.
It is in the same year, 2012, that the National Land Commission was formed under the National Land Commission Act, number 5. This act provided for the decentralization of land function in the country to ensure access and wider reach. Other laws that were repealed as a result included the Registration of Titles Act, the Land Titles Act, Registered Land Act, Wayleaves Act, and the Land Acquisition Act. The following laws were, however, not repealed: Land Control Act, the Landlord and Tenant Act, the Sectional Properties Act, and the Distress for Rent Act. The first attempt to collapse all the land registration systems into one was shortly after 1963.
So a select committee was formed in 1977 called the Madai Commission. And they did a report how to solve the coastal land issues. Nothing ever happened. In 1989, the late President Daniel Arap Moi appointed the Jojo Commission, 2003. The Dongo Commission was formed. You know about the Dongo Commission.
Waweru believes the Farida Karunei-led conversion process will be a game changer.
Because the moment you put everything digital, there's no way you'd have the same name appearing twice. I mean, the computer will immediately click you off. Even if you want to put in a contact in your name, in your phone, and you put the same name, they'll tell you, oh, these names already exist.
So how are landowners expected to start engaging in the conversion process?
The moment they have changed the titles from the old to the new, you are supposed to go with your original title, with your documents, and they will verify.
The latest move by government is aimed at boosting efficiency in the land transactions but majorly to tame fraud. Duncan Hemba, KTN News.
So now, to another story where elected leaders and state officers also practicing as lawyers have been barred from representing public officers accused of corruption. In a landmark ruling, Justice Eric Ogola ruled that it was against public interest to have state officers represented by lawyers who hold state positions in government. The ruling now locks out several members of parliament, including senior counsel